There's two things I never want to be a part of. I don't want to be in a doghouse, and I don't want to go behind a shed. So excuse my attire. I'm in the house off, you know, enjoying my relaxation. But so one of the chickens is unable to lay an egg. It's actually stuck. So my wife tried to do a lot of research and stuff like that. So come to find out, even if you try to provide a remedy for the issue, it's going to happen again. It's going to get stuck and stuff, and if 48 hours go by, then, you know, it dies. So today's her first day butchering a chicken, so I'm gonna go check up on her. You okay?
Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay, just checking up on you.
Okay, well, I'm just getting set up. The water is still coming up to temperature. Like, this is still pretty cold. You see the condensation. And I really want to get this up to temp before I put her out of her poor misery. Because you don't want her just sitting around after she's dead. I set up the bucket outside, and I tied a rope around the top of the fence post where she can hang and the blood can pour out into the bucket. I don't have any fancy tying, knotting abilities, so I just literally just tied it around the post, and I'll just tie it around her feet when I got her out there. And hopefully she doesn't thrash around too much, because I don't think she will, because she's not like that fiery right now, because she's not feeling that great. Yeah, this is all just an effort to prevent this from happening anymore.
Bye, Harvest.
So, I know a lot of people would say, like, you can just help the chicken through it and not worry too much about it happening again or whatever, but this chicken is a really young chicken. This is her first egg, and because of that, like, the chances are high that this is going to happen again from what I've researched. Like the chickens that are older or have like a rare situation, like not enough calcium or something in their food that causes it, would be more likely to recover and be fine. But she has a prolapsed vent, and this is her first egg, and she's really young, and her body shape is already not ideal for laying eggs, and I knew that from the beginning. Like, you can kind of judge their body size by the time they're like 12 weeks. Some people say 16 weeks. So she was supposed to be called from our flock 6 months ago. So the fact that she's still here is kind of like just the extra grace period, I guess. Well, I set up a little miniature station back here behind the shed so that the kids don't have to see it. And you're welcome to come and help me if they feel like it. I'm not opposed to teaching them that part of life. I feel like that's important because we live in a world that's very disconnected from our food and where it comes from. And part of the appeal of getting chickens in the first place and setting up a garden and all the other things is to teach our children where, you know, their food comes from, and to be more in tune with the world that they live in and not be disconnected, and to equally cherish the time spent with the animals as they're living and the time spent eating the animals when they're cooked, and to be okay with the dichotomy of, you know, grief and fulfillment. You know, growing their own food and eating it when it's time. So, but yeah, this is our little station. I've set back here where nobody can see me unless they choose to see me.
A black bucket.
little black bucket for the blood. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the blood. I think I might put it in the garden. People say that blood makes really good. Well, you know, you can buy blood meal for your garden. It's a great amendment for your soil. So I have to figure out how to dilute it or whatever needs to be done so that I could do that. I'm nervous because I've never done it before. I think maybe at some point my anatomy skills will kick in, and hopefully it'll be, you know, kind of like working with any other cadaver.
Yeah.
I don't know though. We'll see, because you don't start off with something that's like still living, you know. So that part makes me nervous. I'm nervous about missing the carotid. I don't know what that would mean. I'm nervous about even just cutting the carotid because she'll be alive and moving and stuff, and I've never done this before. So I haven't really felt like sad or anything yet, probably because this is my least favorite chicken. And also because my mind has been made up from pretty early that she was the one that we were going to eat anyway. The process still kind of grosses me out, which I think is funny because most people know that I love science. Like, if you know me really well, you know I love science, and like anatomy and stuff I geek out on that stuff. And I've worked on like human cadavers and pigs and lambs and all kinds of things like in class. But this is a little bit different because there's a lot more blood involved, and there's a prolapse vent involved, and it looks nasty. So yeah, it's just kind of a weird mix of feelings, but I'm okay with that. I feel like in our culture we kind of run from things that are uncomfortable, and I feel like my philosophy is kind of like embracing things that are uncomfortable because it's uncomfortable for a reason, and that's okay, and it should be uncomfortable. If I felt totally okay with killing something, I think something would be a little bit off. So yeah, so we'll see what happens.
There it is, the walk of doom. There's two things I never want to be a part of. I don't want to be in a doghouse, and I don't want to go behind the shed.
I'm so nervous to do this.
She said that she was going to do the whole process, so I'm letting her do this.
Whatever, you wasn't going to go anyway.
She's saying, but she don't know I'm a savage.
Alright. How do you do it?
She don't want the problems.
'Cause she didn't want to.
It's in our blood. It's
Then do it.
in men's blood
Then you do it.
to be the hunter or the gatherer.
You do it.
Huh? Okay.
You gonna do it?
I don't know where to cut, so I'm just gonna
I
cut.
don't either. Take your best guess, cause I don't know either. We in this together, boo.
Here.
You want to?
That was weird. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was I'm not gonna show the chicken, but Angela was really pumped on like doing it, and well, not pumped, that's like excited to kill it, but because we wasn't planning for this, like our stuff is actually being delivered and all that stuff. So at this moment we literally had 24 hours or it would have ended up, you know, dying anyway. So it's like my first kill. Like, I mean, I like cut fish and stuff, but you know, like an actual bird or like something that's like much larger, it's definitely something that I wasn't expecting. But it's weird, man. Like I just kind of felt like I was like being a savage, you know. Huh? I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying how you was just in the kitchen just like smiling and stuff like that, you know. Felt weird. All right, babe. So how you feel? You know, this is our first hatchery. No, I mean, what is it called?
Butchery.
Butchery. Yeah.
I feel weird,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels really weird that she's so skinny, and we feed those chickens a lot, and they have food left over, and they all forage really well. The ducks are protesting, and it's weird because I've never felt like she was like healthy from the beginning, but healthy enough, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get a chicken and you have a feeling that she's not the best or whatever. And I think if we had a bigger establishment and we were calling hens from the beginning, she would have been called.
Yeah.
Anyway, but she's not a very big bird. She also looks weird because she's like been wet and stuff all day.
Yeah, that was weird too. Like I didn't anticipate
her being wet or skinny.
I didn't anticipate the poo.
Oh yeah, because her egg is stuck.
Yeah.
And
so I wasn't. Yeah, that was weird.
Her egg is stuck, and the vent looks really nasty, and this is gonna be an interesting experience all together. Part of me kind of feels like giving up here and just being like, just dispose of her.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it makes a good learning experience.
Yeah. I feel like we might as well go through the process.
Okay. Like I said, it makes a good learning experience. But, you are so shifty with the camera.
Cause this is stiff.
I know, but it's gonna look like I'm doing like this.
I'm putting all of this in there.
That's okay. People can see the inner workings of our relationship.
Okay.
But yes, what was I gonna say?
Yeah, you distracted yourself. Yeah.
It's true. I feel like it's a good learning experience, and so we might go ahead and just go through with everything just to complete our education.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we have to just because we got all of the...
Everything's set up.
Yeah, we got like the...
You can't see either of us.
Oh, sorry.
That's what we talking about.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Are you leaving all this in there too?
No, I'm not. I don't know. But we got all of the, like, the pot and stuff boiling, so... It was so funny.
Your filming skills. What are we doing? Why is it such a weird angle? What? Please stop.
All right, I'm going back inside. That was intense.
Okay, so what you did not see was Salim ended up being the one to do it, and then we just went on about the rest of the process. I don't want to get too graphic.
Yeah, I feel like I was afraid to put it on video. I was afraid to like put it on YouTube and stuff, and I know that there's like a whole bunch of videos that like they actually show that process, but I don't know. I just felt like I was.
Other people show it all the time.
Yeah. Next time, you know what? Comment below if you want us to actually
show everything.
Like the whole process. So if we can get 10 or more people that want to see it, we'll go ahead and we'll do it.
I don't even know if there's gonna be a next time, y'all. Just being real, it was not. Well, let me say this. I've been in like a weird state of being in general, just in terms of like energy and mental capacity, and just not feeling like myself. So the part of me that I thought was going to kick in never kicked in. It was just like, I'm over this. Let's just throw the chicken away. Why are we doing this? And Salim was like, kind of like more like, no, like we're doing this. I was just like, okay, if you say so.
I swear it felt like a murder. it felt like a murder because Angela was like, well, like, what you say? I'm getting nervous or something. Like, did you say you was getting nervous or?
I was nervous to cut because I didn't know where to cut.
Yeah, and then I was just like, fine, I'll do it, and then I just did it. I just did it, and then when I did it, I'm like holding the neck, and the blood is coming out, and I'm just like, oh my gosh! And then I feel like, I'm like asking Angela to like take the body, like just take it, like it's all you now. Like you boil it, like I'll rip the feather. We was rip the feathers. We was defeathering it, and it felt like we was murderers.
So that part was easier than what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be hard to pull the feathers, but especially since she was an older chicken. But it was fine. The hot water really does loosen it up. You do not boil it, like he said. Boil it.
Yeah,
do not boil it. You're gonna cook the bird. You don't want to do that. Our water was a little bit hotter than what I wanted it, but we just left her in there a little bit shorter than what I think I normally would have. But the feathers are fine, and the scales on the feet are the weird part. And we were going to go through the whole entire process just to like learn. I was convinced at this point that we were not going to eat her. She's so skinny. At the end of the day, I guess we could have turned her into a stew bird, but we ended up just tossing it, and I didn't want to break that egg. I was so afraid to break that egg
inside of her. Yeah,
that was stuck inside, and so we did everything up into like the gutting part. We did not do that part.
Yeah. And they got this thing and I had no idea that they have this. What's the thing that you were saying it was, where it have the corn and stuff in it?
Oh,
it felt like a hacky
crock.
Sack. Yeah, so it felt like a hacky sack, like a beanbag.
Yeah.
Y'all know, y'all remember high school, you kick the hacky sack around. But yeah, it was like they got this thing that it felt like a bunch of beans and stuff in it. I'm like, oh snap, like that's the feed that we gave it like this morning.
Yeah.
And they like collect it, and it's like a patch, and you can feel like all the corn and stuff. And
so
I'm so glad it's over.
Yeah, if you don't know what he's talking about, the crock is like it's kind of like their first stomach. Like they'll eat gravel and they'll hold it there, and it sits underneath it's like above their chest and under their throat, and they don't have teeth, so that's where like they'll eat like little pebbles and stuff, and that's where their food will get ground up. And because we weren't planning to butcher a chicken, I did not separate her or like not feed her or anything like that, so the crock was kind of full, which is another intimidating thing, because it's one of the things that people try to make sure is actually empty. They try to make sure the digestive tract is empty. You don't want to like rupture any of that. You don't want to rupture the bowel or the gallbladder, because you don't want bile everywhere. And there's certain things that you're just supposed to do in preparation that we were not able to do in preparation. And so like when it came down to like the actual gutting part, I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
So, sheesh. So yeah, I guess like moving forward, I mean, we just keep collecting them eggs.
Keep collecting them.
Hey, I eat eggs all day.
Hey.
Maybe, or just take it to a.
But I think the chickens might know or something. They're like protesting. Nobody's laid.
Really?
Really.
Oh man, like the whole time, like my body was turned too as I was doing it, cause like some of the ducks were like they're like walking out looking. I'm like, oh man, like they know, like they.
There was one duck
like
that was straight watching me
something.
the whole time. The
Really?
whole time I was setting up, she was watching me. I was just like,
this ain't cool, man. This ain't cool.
But the ducks haven't been laying for a while. I don't know what's up with that. And I've tried increasing their feed, and I think they're just protesting in general. But and it's still not like spring.
Yeah.
But there's a turtle dove that's got a nest on our roof in our gutter, and she could see everything. And I just felt bad, like afterwards, like she probably just watched us murder a bird.
Do you feel like you have like a new respect for like the food that we actually bring into the house and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that, because it's like I feel a lot of time, well, not a lot of times, like majority of the time, we're going to the grocery store and we're buying food and stuff like that. And now having to experience like our chicken are laying the eggs. I'm literally taking the eggs from our yard and cleaning it, and I'm making that for breakfast. But when it's time for you to cut the chicken and you're killing it and you're going through that whole process, it's a whole different mindset, man. It's a whole different mindset.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be like another reason why I'm just going to continue to eat less meat.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
I think like leading up to even buying chickens, I did so much research and watched so many videos and try to find as much really good information as I could. So I kind of was like prepared to feel some kind of way about that, like just going through the process of like this is a life, and realizing and letting it sink in like how much we take for granted and how easy it is to go to the store and buy a chicken. But yeah, I have respect for it. I feel like it kind of honestly kind of makes me want to get closer and more in depth with my Native American roots. I know that they value and cherish like everything that the earth produces, and they have a respect for what we take out. They always replenish back, and kind of want to develop a habit of thinking that way, that if I'm taking something, I need to be giving something back. And also just honoring the the life that was given, whether it was chicken or even plants. Like they'll honor the fact that that was a living thing. It was alive at one point. And I think that's kind of interesting and kind of cool, and so sombering at the same time.
Yeah. Well,
would you ever do it again?
Well, we gonna have to. We gotta get them ducks.
We have to?
Yeah,
we don't have to? See, he's singing a different tune, because outside, or yesterday in the kitchen, he was like, "Oh, babe, you might have to find us a butcher." And he was like, "We're gonna have to price it out, see if a butcher's worth it."
I'm ready to get the animals that no longer needs to be on the homestead out.
Yes, I agree.
So
with
we
that.
can just focus on like the chicken eggs and the veggies and stuff like that. So
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I feel like I need to be the one to do it anymore.
I got you. Well, I am proud of you.
Are you?
I am. I am. I'm proud of you for going through the whole process, and even saying that you was going to be the one that was going to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm proud of you going throughout that whole process, and we went through, I would say, all the process besides the gutting part.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, kudos to that. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you because you at first didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he came down there checking on me.
I did.
So I appreciate it. I like homesteading together.
Yeah, so do I. Alright, well, hey guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, please. We'd really appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'll see you next time.
Later.